Okay, this Ford F150, it's a 2004 model. Having problems with the light switch. When you go to flash to pass or turn your brights on, nothing happens. I still have headlights, but no bright lights. So what I'm going to do is show you how to fix this. I found a little issue that Ford has with this light switch. Now, to make this video a little bit quicker, there's a couple of 5.5mm screws under here and under here to hold the plastic bezel on, and there's like a 5.5mm screw under here to hold the bottom piece on, so it's a two-piece. Once you get that apart, you'll need to disconnect your battery and take your airbag loose, and it's got a couple of connectors on that, one on the top, one on the bottom, that fit right in there. And your steering wheel, you'll have, I believe it's like a 45 or 50 Torx. Yeah, I think it's like a 50 Torx right in the middle. And take that loose, pull your steering wheel off. And for sake of time, I've already got this disconnected, this light switch. There's like a little, I think it's like a 5.5mm screw on the top of there. Once you get it out, this light switch will come off. Oh, and to get your airbag out, there's like these little caps on the side of the steering wheel, and you'll just pop them off, and there's 8mm screws in there. Once you get all that loose, you'll take your screw out on the top here, and this just kind of slides out like so, and there's like some connectors on the back side. Once you get this unit out, bring it inside, set it on a counter, and you'll have to disassemble it. Take just a flathead screwdriver, and you'll put it around these clips on the edges, and you'll have to use like 2 or 3 at a time. But once you get this thing apart, this just slides off, and you'll see inside here it's a bunch of stupid plastic copper contacts and junk. Springs, it looks real complex, but it's not. Once you get that outer sleeve off, your wiring harness that runs to your washer switch and whatnot, you can just pull that off. It slides off of there like so. Get it out of the way. You don't have to mess with taking the connector off. But what happens is, see, there's a little plastic nub here on your actual switch. Well, this nub is what controls when I go like bright or flash to pass. That nub moves up and down when I actuate the switch. So what happens is that nub fits in this groove you can see here, and it's supposed to move this up and down, so that those contacts make continuity for brights. Well, that nub doesn't fit in there deep enough. Where this meets, you can see that nub, it doesn't fit in there perfectly right. And what's happened is right here where it's like spring loaded, and there's supposed to be a little plastic nub that holds that in place so that finger will lock into that groove there. You can see, and move this up and down, but that doesn't happen because over time, I guess that plastic little nub on both sides, it wears out. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold it together like so, and then drill a little hole in there and put a self-tapping screw in that side and one in this side, and that should hold it back together so that this little finger will insert into that groove, and it'll hold it in place like so. We've taken a drill bit and drilled through there now. I actually used a little bit of overkill and took a tap and went ahead and ran it through the plastic. There's a spring in there that'll pull out, and you can run a tap through it and then put it back together. Put a drop of super glue on there, and then just run your screw in both sides, and then we'll reassemble this. So what you're going to want to do is this groove moves up and down. You don't want to pull it out too far, but come up to the top, slide your tongue in there, and then move this to fit back in place on the pivot, actuate it. What you might have to do is actually do a little bit of filing right here and right here on both sides. You can kind of tell, just because that screw will kind of rub on the plastic. So just file down that a little bit and make sure all your little fingers and things inside of here fit in the grooves just right before you pop this plastic shell back on. And everything should feel pretty firm as far as when you actuate this left and right for your turn signal and forward and backward for your brights. And you'll want to notice this tab whenever you actuate your turn signal left, that it sticks out. When you turn it right, it sticks out, and in the middle it sticks back. Make sure you have it in the middle when you put it back in the car, put it back in the truck. This is a 2004 model. And then all you'll do is you'll plug every one of these connectors back in, and you'll slide this back down in the groove like so. Oops, that goes behind there. Don't pull it out, just leave it behind there. Time for the moment of truth. See if this thing works. Turn our lights on. Lights work. Brights work. And flash to pass works. Turn signals still work. Wipers work. So we're good to go. That's how you can fix it for pretty cheap.